Hello, my friends. This is Jumpin' Jack Fred at oldfartsmartialarts.org. Glad you could stop by today for a little talk about meditation. The way I meditate isn't the way all of the gurus will teach you is the best way. And sometimes you simply can't just not think about something. So sometimes you have to actually connect with the world, connect with your world through meditation. That involves actually thinking. The point of meditation is awareness. To wake up inside a moment. Get control of your thoughts. You can't wake up inside a moment. You can't be fully aware of a moment without getting control of your thoughts. And you all know how to do that. You all heard it. Count your breaths if you want to. Count to 50. Count to 20. Count to 10. Whatever helps you get control of your thoughts. And the reason numbers work is that numbers are common things. The numeral, the shape of the number 1, the shape of the number 2, those are common things that do not have emotional connection. That's why we count. Another method I use, which I put on the website, is counting quarters. I just developed that years ago because there were times, dogs barking, phone ringing, you just can't concentrate too well, so I would lay 5 quarters out in front of me, heads up, and breathe 10 times, turn a quarter over. Breathe 10 times, turn another quarter over. You get through 50 breaths pretty easily. Then you work back through the tails and you turn them heads up again. So that's 100 breaths, and that can take about 10 minutes. So that's 10 minutes is very good meditation. 30 minutes is great, but that's not for beginners. So there are a lot of different methods to get control of your thoughts in the first place. Then there are times when you simply can't stop thinking. Becoming aware inside a moment, or waking up inside of a moment, makes you into what some teachers say a mountain. You must learn to sit like the mountain. The mountain is peaceful. The sun can shine on it, it doesn't change. The clouds can pass over it, it doesn't change. And that's what a thought is while you're meditating. Some disturbing or emotional thought, or you hear some profanity in the background. That's just a cloud passing by a mountain. And your ability to meditate is the ability to let that thing pass by. And that becomes a skill when you're out driving. You know, somebody cuts you off in traffic, you let the disturbance pass by. Well, okay. That's the object of meditating, to become like the mountain. And one of the methods is to learn to think about nothing. Well, I know from experience that sometimes you simply can't think about nothing. And sometimes it's not always the best thing to think about nothing. Sometimes being aware means focusing on your connectedness to the world. I don't go so far as to say we're a continuum. I was educated in Western thought, Aristotelian thought, in a Christian university, so we're not a continuum. Some Buddhists will tell you that we're a continuum. It doesn't make any sense to me. But we are all connected, and I do meditate that way. If you feel the need to think while you're meditating, focus on an object in the room. There is not a single object in the room that is not connected to some other person or many other people, thousands of other people. One of the things that is just standard in my meditation, not every time, but when I need to think, when it's time to think about something, I look at the laminate flooring. The laminate flooring was put in there in 2007, and we were downtown at the office. I came back to the house for 15 minutes to let the guys in, then I went back to the office. I saw those guys for 5 minutes, never saw them before that day, haven't seen them since, but their spirits are in that laminate flooring. I'm connected to those guys. Not only am I connected to them, I'm connected to their boss that sold us the laminate flooring, and I'm connected to the guy who sold them the car to drive here, the guy who hauled the laminate flooring to their store. The guy who made the shoes for the truck driver who hauled the laminate flooring to their store. I'm connected to all those people just looking at the flooring. Then I may look at the bathtub. It has black tile around it. Well, I wasn't here when the tub was installed, but somebody installed the black tile. So I'm connected to whoever installed that tile and put the grout around it. And I'm connected to whoever sold the tile to the contractor. And I'm connected to the truck driver who hauled the tile to the store where it was sold. Connected to the people who mined the materials for the tile, or however you make tile. I'm connected to all those people. So that's just another way of doing meditation. You can think about nothing, but sometimes it's important to think about your connectedness. And the reason it's good to think about connectedness to people you don't know is there is no emotion involved with those people. It's simply connecting with them on a human, spiritual level. And that's the object of meditation, to remove the emotion from your cognitive thought. That's one of the reasons we do tournaments and fighting competitions, is to overcome the emotional response to a challenge, to an opponent. And meditation is the basic level of getting conditioned emotionally. I think competition is the next level. You can take that all the way up to combat stress, real combat stress. In the middle between, you can actually get adrenal stress training at certain workshops. But all the way up, the real thing, the real combat thing, is another kind of adrenal stress conditioning. And it begins, at least for a martial artist, and should begin with everybody, I think, with meditation.